Welcome back, everybody. We are back with some DCRL action, and tonight we've got two games going. It's going to be a stop and go stream, though, so we're going to have this game. We're going to stop right after this one, come back a little bit later on, and finish it off the night with a Div A matchup. But to start, we have a Div C elimination matchup of Bodacious versus Silly Geeses. The winner continues their fight to try to make it out alive, and the loser finds their way out of DCRL for this season. I'm joined tonight with Kemek.
How's it going?
And yeah, this is gonna be a good matchup. What are your thoughts, Kemek?
I feel like tonight we're gonna see some very violent gameplay. I mean, as you said, it's a knockout. So whoever wins this goes, and whoever loses is out of playoffs and is done for the season. So
yeah, no doubt. And honestly, if we're thinking about these teams, I mean, Tech 7, he may not come off with the strongest roster this season, but he has two things he wants. First off, he has the fact that Akamak is in lab with him, which is something he's been looking for all season. And on top of that, it's an underdog story for Tech 7. That's what he's good at. Last season, he came into playoffs. He was kind of seeded okay, but he came through and he got all the way to the semis out of nowhere. No one expected it, but he performed with Oreo Man and Steve last year. And this year, that man comes back to see if he can end him off. Steve versus Tech 7. Who will win? I have no idea, but we're going to get over to the bracket. And we're going to look at Div C here. And as you can see, all the way, I'm going to focus everyone's attention. Bottom left, Bodacious Silly Geeses. Winner of this has to fight tooth and nail to make land. So it's going to be a rough road ahead. But it's not impossible.
not at all. I mean, sorry.
No, go ahead, man. You got an idea?
Nothing too crazy, but if I'm reading this right, going to have to win, what is that, 3-4 matches in a row, including this one, just to make it to LAN, right?
Yeah, it's going to be rough. But they play against Le Cap, who are coming off getting swept by CVS receipt. If you're Silly Geeses, you want that revenge matchup, and if you're Bodacious, I don't think they fared too poor against them in the actual regular season, so we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, going into division stats, this will be probably one of the last games we would take a full-on look at this. But yeah, coming out of the season, Bodacious, Le Cap, Silly Geeses all tied at the bottom of the rack for 2 and 6. Bodacious, however, much higher win percentage, coming up to that 45%. And going into like week 6, Silly Geeses only had a 17 win percent. They proceeded to sweep one of the teams and play decent well against another, so it rose a little bit. But we'll see if Bodacious' consistent winning percentage, a decently high one, will be the make or break here. They just have to be able to close off a series. What do you think, Kevin?
Nothing really too crazy sticks out to me stat-wise. Both of these teams seemed quite equally matched stat-wise, but Bodacious, of course, having that demanding 45% win rate compared to the 31 of Silly Geese. So that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, and the team with the save rate of Jesus, I mean, for a low bottom ranked team, you have a higher save rate than barely managing. That's saying something, and Avalanche. We'll see if Silly Geese's ability on defense can outpace their opponent's offense. And they just need to be able to maintain some decent offensive pressure. I know Wada can perform, especially in the playoffs. And with Wada performing, you just need to see if Akamak can perform at a level that equals out Div C. That's really all he's been looking for all season. He's been looking to get him in the lab, looking to get him to perform. We'll see if that happens tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna hop on over to Bodacious, and I'm gonna toss this one over to you, Kemek, if that's okay with you.
All right. So Bodacious, led off by Steve, as previously mentioned, Tyler 8, and Little Buicks, I believe is how you say that, correct?
Little Buicks, yep.
Yep. Nothing really too crazy sticks out here. Pretty well-rounded team. The one thing that does stick out to me, though, is Steve having a .94 and .5 on goals and assists. Steve kind of showing that, yeah, he is the captain and he is kind of leading Bodacious, even though they're only 2-6. But other than that, nothing really sticks out in this team.
Yeah, and stats aren't updated due to the point we are in the season, but on leaderboards, these teams have some leaderboard players, and specifically on this team, Steve, if I'm not mistaken, top in goal participation. He's really putting in the work on his team, so you got to see if Lil Bukes perform at a level that But yeah, just see if Lil Bukes can perform at a decent level here. We'll see. We'll see. He's also probably, if I'm not mistaken, either 1 or 2 in the top ground players in the league. So if he's staying on the ground, we'll see if he gets a little uncomfortable, especially with Steve and Tyler AG in the air so much, and on this opposing side, Wada and Tech 7. Tech 7 a little less, but Wada in the air. We're gonna hop on over to Silly Geeses, where we find Tech 7 Wada Nakamak. 2 league leading stats in here. We got saves per game from Tech 7. He calls himself the best defender in Div C, but I have a quote on that, but I'll go back to that in a minute here. Watermelon gets demoed a lot, and that's not what you want to see from a team who are coming in with the intent to win this game and to make their way through playoffs. Against this Steve and Lil Buke side, I could see some aggressive play, especially since this is an elimination match. People tend to get really on the line and do what the best they can to try to stay alive, and that's what you want to do, is avoid demos, and they haven't done that very well this season. And then Akamak, honestly, farthest reach of the entire season in any division statistically. He was pegged to go a Div E captain, and he's pulled all the way up to Div C. So we'll see. Has he developed it all during the season? If having him in the lab can mean Tech 7 can make an actual difference on offense? We'll see. Honestly, I don't know. I hope. I want to see them perform. The Silly Geeses team has been one of my favorite meme teams of the season, and so I want to see them do what they can. I'm gonna go back to Tech 7 on that saves per game. Last time one of the times I casted this team, Tech 7 specifically took a quote out of what I said, and I'm gonna repeat that quote because I still believe it. Top defender in Div C, as he likes to call himself, but that he can only say that if he's winning, and I stand by that quote. If he can come in tonight, keep those saves up per game, and still win, then I'll be impressed, and then I'll give him a little more credit. But until I see that, I'm not gonna give him too much credit here. But with that being said, I'm gonna remind everyone, predictions are still up for another few minutes here. We're gonna hop into the game, not momentarily here, but Chemic, speaking of predictions, who you got?
I am probably going to take Bodacious here. As Chief Nick said in the chat just a little bit ago, Tyler and Steve are both LAN winners, and I feel they've been here. They've probably been somewhere around this situation before. They know how to handle it, and that win percentage, I think, is really going to kind of shine through in these upcoming matches.
Interesting take. Honestly, I completely understand it. If I had 2 cents to my head, I would pick Bodacious, but I want to see it. I want to see Wada Esport level play. I want to see Tech 7 perform. I want to see this team make a little climb here. I'm saying Silly Geeses in 6. I believe. But honestly, I'm going to agree with the yellow dog in the chat. Bodacious with Steve alone and his aura, his face paint, his menacing look could single-handedly just destroy the entirety of the opponent's mental. He's a monster. Ugh.
All right.
With that being said, I'm gonna make sure we can get them in the lobby here. Just check that we're all good. I'm gonna quickly ask you here. If there's anyone you're really looking at to see perform, who would that be?
Honestly, tonight it would be. I'm hoping Tech 7 kind of pops off a little bit tonight. I feel like that'd be fun to watch. But also, I'm kind of looking forward to a battle of the captains. That I feel like that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, no, I can't deny that. We're working our way into this match here. It is starting up. Thank you so much for being patient, everyone. And we are hopping in. And we're already starting with the banter in the chat. Fair enough. I'm going to work on getting the overlay working if you want to start talking about the play.
Absolutely. So, this kickoff is going to be one off by Silly Geese. Watermelon with a pop off mid, but no one there to take advantage. Steve off the wall. Unfortunately, not able to get a second touch. Little Buick's pass out to the Silly Geese's corner. Collected by Akamok. Akamok popped up, and Watermelon there, caught by Steve on the backside of Bodacious net.
Alright.
Yeah. Pop up mid.
That's a nice touch up by Akamok. Akamok goes to follow this. Can he get anything mid? Not quite. Tech 7 receives. Can he get one over? Not quite. This is blown away by Lil Bukes. Wada forces play back defense. Akamok receives in the corner for the third time. Can he take this out? Do something with it? He's on backboard. He floats this one mid, but it's popped high. This ball floating. No one back for Silly Geese until Akamok's rotation's up. This ball skying mid. Akamok's off. This ball staying center. Tech 7 under. He gets one over. Can he get anything more? Not quite. Sent away. Ooh, Akamok's actually looking pretty well. Pretty well placed outside of the aerial attempt. That oh, Steve, shut me up already.
Steve taking complete advantage over questionable but needed.
We're all gonna ignore anything happening here right now. There we go. I may or may not have still had my nameplate small because that's how I play. The nice bump out. Watermelon to follow. Can't get anything to go. Steve forced to launch high. Lil Buke's up. Can't make contact. This floats down to Akamok. Akamok on an awkward angle. Can't get much to go. Tech 7. Not able to get it fully out of his half, but Akamok able to receive the ball and take it over. Pops high off Lil Bukes. Tech 7 under the ball by a mile. Steve also flies wide. Tyler G there to follow up. This ball floating in the backside. Tyler G on the whiff. Wada not able to get there, and Steve puts it home. That's a 2-goal lead for Bodacious.
Steve absolutely just kind of putting the pressure in already for Bodacious' side. A little bit proving themselves on that win ratio that we were talking about a bit earlier.
Yeah, no doubt. Bodacious really looking good off the gate. We'll see if Silly Geeses have to warm up into it or if this is really just the best they can do. And whipped by Lil Buke. Steve goes to follow. Can't get much to go. He's awkward. Wada floats this mid, but it's straight to Tyler HG, who hits it back across the backboard. Tag 7 on the clear. Steve awkward, taking it back into his own half. Will he try to go around the world? Wada pops it back up to Tech. Tech sends it mid. Wada there, not able to go. Akamok forced to retreat and take this into the back corner.
Akamok can be challenged up there by Steve. Steve, a great pass mid, blocked out by Silly Geese. Steve up again off the wall. Going to be a pop off the backboard. Lil Bukes is there, but no boost. Caught by Tech 7. Tech 7 going to be...
Oh, Wada! Wada!
And a great shot by Watermelon.
Yeah, Wada with an absolute snipe from deep. And I'm going to suggest to you, for everyone else's ears, to take your mic a little bit farther away from your mouth. But yeah, it was a great shot, great placement, and they're only one away here. It's not out of it. They're not out of it quite yet. As Akamok misses the touch, Steve pops over 2, and this ball's on net, but Tech 7 with the save. Lil Bukes tries to get something mid, but Wada sends it away. Steve received in the center, rocking the Bodacious decal. This ball floats back. Wada up. Can he get anything to go after? Not quite. Steve launches this mid-high to Tyler. Tyler lets it fall. Akamok back towards Wada. Wada not able to get a touch. Lil Bukes here on the follow. Offensive pressure from Bodacious. Can he get anything mid? Not quite. Tech 7 with a nice clear.
Akamok gonna collect in the corner.
Ooh.
Challenged again by Steve, but Akamok beats him out. Collected back on the orange half by Little Buke. Gonna be a pop-up into the corner. Gonna float in front of the goal, but caught out by Tyler to take up the wall. Challenged by Tech 7. A great center, but no one is there to unfortunately make any play. Gonna be Tech 7 and Steve on a 50. One out by Steve. And Watermelon gonna clear it out of his half.
Yeah, awkward touch from Tyler. Lil Bukes forced it in the air. Can't quite get the touch. Tyler following it again, but Tech 7's there. Sends it wide. Wada bent mid, but not able to get there. Tech 7 on the whip. Wada tries to pop this mid again. Not able to do so. This ball rolls back towards Akamak. Tech 7 and Akamak cut it off. Akamak there to follow. Tyler G on defense. Can't get much as it floats over the side. Steve there to receive. Not a lot to boost as he floats it mid to Tyler. Puts a shot wide, and Akamak takes it out slowly. Can he beat out Lil Bukes? Not quite, but it floats up to Tech 7. Tech 7 on target, but Steve sends it wide. What a save from Steve.
It's Tech 7 off the wall. Gonna see if he can't do something. A pinch from Steve and Lil Bukes to the Silly Geeses half.
Oh, nice pass. Tech 7.
From Akamak. Akamak with a great pass off, but unfortunately Tech 7 not able to make it with these last 10 seconds. That looked to be the one shot Silly Geese had. Akamak gonna see if he can't get this up mid, and it unfortunately touches the ground. Game 1 going to Bodacious.
Yeah, great touch from great touch down there from Bodacious, and they stay alive. If anyone here, I'm looking to see a little bit more from Tech 7. I know he had 2 saves, the assists, but the offensive prowess of his team is lacking heavily, and he needs to make up for that, and that's purely how he's going to have to perform to win this match.
Absolutely. Going into game 2 here shortly, I believe.
Yeah, we're just waiting on Ready's up. It's all good. And yeah, no, Bodacious played well there, but it was really the Steve show and friends. I'm looking to see a lot more from Tyler G, maybe a little bit more from Lil Bukes, especially more on his mechanics. I know he's been performing a lot better as we get closer to this postseason, but didn't see much there. But yeah, Tyler G, the man, the myth, the legend, the former DCRL winner. I want to see a lot from him, but not much seen so far as he floats high here towards the backboard. Not able to send anything mid. Steve turns around, goes to receive. Lil Bukes puts one on target, but Akamak sends it wide. Steve cuts it off early. Akamak there to follow. Floats in mid towards Wada. Wada not able to get a touch. Tech 7 cuts it off. Tyler ends Tech 7's life. Steve receives in the corner. Wada sends it high. It floats down to Aka, but Tyler's there. It's a great clear from Tyler, but Tech 7 receives well. Lil Bukes awkward on the read. This floats mid from Akamak. Wada forced to cut it off. No follow-up quite yet as Wada floats this mid towards Tech 7, but Tech 7 covered by Lil Bukes, not able to do much with it.
A great shot there by Steve, blocked out by Akamak. Gonna be a back pass back towards Steve. Akamak gonna pop it up. Tyler catching it on the side, passing it to Steve. Steve gonna see if he can't take it off the wall. A great save there by Tech 7. It's not Steve from Little Buicks though.
Oh! Oh! I was asking for it, and I received it. Lil Bukes with aerial prowess. And fires one home for Bodacious, a 1-0 lead. Woo!
Absolutely. Setting up Bodacious again the same way they were last match. Steve gonna collect it in this corner. Watermelon gonna be a bit of an awkward touch there on the wall, and it's gonna slowly roll over into the Silly Geese's sides. Tech 7 a pop up mid, but unfortunately not able to get anything on.
Yeah, so far, looking to see something better from Tyler AG. Steve performing at a decent level here. This ball floats up high. Akamak and Tyler meet in the middle, but this floats back towards Tech. Tech cut off early by Little Bukes, and it's on. Little Bukes puts one home again. He's got a brace.
An unfortunate touch there by Watermelon, just the slightest of touch, but unable to make the save. It's sad to see. With Bodacious going up 2-0 again at the start of this match.
Yeah, Akamak almost a chance there. Wada tries to put something on, but it floats wide. And this is floating high. Tech 7 tries to receive it, not able to go. This floats out towards Steve. Steve able to receive it. Gets a nice touch high. Can follow. Is it on? Yes, it is. Bodacious. An early 3-0 lead and 3 minutes left. They are absolutely stomping this team.
Steve with a great second touch off the wall, getting it right above Akamak, and Silly Geese just aren't in position for that play. Kickoff is going to be stalled mid, caught by Akamak, to be a shot on net, collected by Tyler. Watermelon gonna pop it up towards the net, but caught out by Steve. Tech 7 gonna challenge it again off of Little Bukes. And
oh, Wada!
Amazing double touch. Holy.
Yeah, Akamak receives in his back half, gets a touch out mid. Wada cuts him off, but it's a nice touch around. Little Bukes with a whip. Steve forced to follow. This ball floats out mid toward Tech 7. Tech 7 sends it high. And it's followed up by Tyler AG. Floats towards the corner here. Is anyone going to turn? Tech 7 doesn't. This floats again towards mid, but Wada sends it wide straight to Tech 7, but he awkward on the recovery. This ball continues to float mid. Past Little Bukes. It's open, but no one there. This ball's going to float away. Redirected back into his own half. Tech 7 forced to play backward defense.
Steve with an unfortunate miss there for a potential shot on net. Caught by Tyler 8 in the mid. Tyler with a good shot on net, and it hits the post. Sad day to see. Gonna be caught by Watermelon off mid.
Yeah, Wada. Sorry, that was a nice flow high. This ball gets pushed out. Akamak forced to retreat. He gets a touch towards his own mid. Tyler G there to follow. Floats us down. And it's a whip from Steve. A little Bukes there. Sends it back up towards Steve. Steve unable to get the touch. This ball. Wada out of boost. Floating mid. Tech 7 receives it. But Steve cuts him off early. Akamak there to send Steve away. It's a nice touch to the corner. Can he follow up? Not quite. Wada there to follow it up. Sends it mid. Tyler H.U. with a nice cut. And this floats back into the Bodacious. And back into the Silly Geeses side.
Tyler 8 gonna collect off the wall. Gonna be a great pop up off the ceiling. Gonna be blocked out by Akamak. Gonna collect it on the side. Steve challenging Tech 7. A great pop mid, but Little Bukes sending it off to his corner.
Oh, Akamak!
Akamak making profit.
Akamak able to put one home here for his team, but was off the whip from Tyler H.G. and Bodacious. Still up 2 goals. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, 45 seconds, not a lot of time left.
We've seen crazier things happen in DCRL. This could be a turning point for Silly Geese. And Tyler 8 immediately shutting me up.
Yeah, denying his Tony Snell numbers, puts one in. And Tyler gets them purely off rotation. They're all pushed up, Wada no boost, and this will probably seal this game away. They had a little bit of a chance, but it's been a little rough here, and Silly Geeses need to find a way back out. Akamak can't get much to go in this corner. Wada gets a nice redirect out of his side. Steve sends it back into his own corner, floats high. He gets a touch over one, but not much more. Tech 7 to follow, floats it down. Can he get the other? Yes, he can, but it floats wide to the back corner of Bodacious, and nothing's happening here, honestly. This is delayed. Wada with a nice touch out. Wada unable to follow as Tech 7 floats high for this. He gets a pinch down low. Little Bukes turns with this ball. Floating mid. Akamak. Wada hits it backwards onto the ground, and Silly Geeses down 4-1 and down 2-0 in the series.
Unfortunate if you're a Silly Geese fan, but Steve coming out on top again for his team. 407 points, a goal, assist, shot, and save. Kind of an all-rounder during this game.
Yeah, not gonna lie, this is looking rough. I'm not gonna lie, I just didn't expect the domination. Steve and Lil Bukes looked amazing that game, and Tyler, outside of the whiff on that one touch on net, played pretty strong. Decent mechanics, and good momentum and rotations. It impressed me.
Absolutely. But we can't ignore silly Geese. Watermelon with with a great, Akamak with a shot on net. Watermelon tied for assists, and unfortunately, silly Geese might need to or will need to make a crazy comeback, being down 2 in the series and losing every start of each game to the pressure of Bodacious.
Yeah, sorry. I was focused on making sure they knew how timeouts worked. Oh, we've got messaging Wada. That's a good sign. But not a great sign for Silly Geese is the Bodacious. Take an early lead by a nice snipe from Tyler G in the corner.
A great one kickoff there by Lil Bukes, and Tyler 8 being able to make profit on silly Geese.
Yeah, Tech 7. That's a nice start for them. Wada in the middle. Can't get anything to go. Steve sends it wide. Akamak forced to put it back into his own corner, but this floats high, luckily. Akamak. An awkward touch. Tech 7 there. Gets a touch out. Not much to follow. Wada gets a nice touch up towards Steve, but Steve unable to get anything to go. Lil Bukes on a nice cutoff. Mock follows it up here. Gets a touch over Steve. This ball floating mid, but Tyler, the nice clear. He tries to follow it up. Steve does instead. Steve can't get behind the ball again. This ball floats back, and Watermelon still typing. And Little Bukes put it to home. Ugh.
A great shot there by Lil Bukes, just beating out Watermelon barely. And a comment by Tyler 8G asking if we're entertained.
Wow. That is a little, I don't want to say BM, but extremely BM. Little Steve with a nice touch around 1, rocking the face paint of a god. Tech 7 turns this, but not able to do much here as Tyler G wheels it around him. Wada gets cut off. Tech 7 gets the touch over Steve, but Steve, the nice catch, takes it to the sidewalk. Can he get anything to go with the pop-up high? Tech 7 whiffs. Steve tries to go for a bump on Wada, doesn't quite get it, but Tyler G on net. Akamak, of course, make the save. He does. Steve floating in the midair. Tech 7 can't cut it off correctly. This floats back into their corner. Akamak ends Steve for his efforts. Wada not able to follow. Lil Bukes gets this touch. Can it go mid? Not quite. Tech 7 gets it out. Can't get it around Steve, though. It's off the post. It's not quite on target. This ball's going to float high. Lil Bukes over to Tyler H. Tyler H. tries to put it on. Akamak able to get it out. Steve can't get much to go out of that. He floats into the corner. Nice pre-flip, but can he get anything passed down to his team? Yes, he can. Lil Bukes choosing not to go. Tech 7 on the whiff. Nice touch mid. Anyone there to follow? Tyler H. is, but not quite. Good touch away from Wada, and Tech 7 takes it out of his own half. This game not too far away from them. Wada up. This touch is high. Can it pop back down? Not in front of the net. Mocked on a touch. Can't get anything to go. This floats away. Lil Bukes follows it from behind. Can he get anything to go in the corner? Not quite. Tech 7 forces him to play it mid with Mock there. This floats back. Tech 7 on. Gets a roll upside, and Wada puts it home. Silly Geeses are within 1 again.
Silly Geese putting on the pressure in the second half of this game, going up 1. Challenging Bodacious a little bit. I'm surprised that we haven't seen as much aggressiveness out of them during this game. Gonna be a kickoff won by Bodacious, a shot on net collected by Tech 7. Gets it around 1, but Steve is there. Akamak gonna collect it in the corner. Gonna be a pass up, caught up by Tyler 8. Tyler with a second possibly, but Tech 7 getting it out of his corner into the Bodacious half. Little Bukes gonna be popping out. Going to be a shot on net. Akamak with a touch, but unable to get it cleared out. Collected by Steve. Gonna see if he can't put a little something on net. No boost, unfortunately, blocked out by Tech 7. Akamak passing it up to Watermelon. Watermelon down. Unfortunate touch. And Akamak barely underneath. as Silly Geese are trying desperately to get back into this, get this game tied up with only a minute 30 left.
Yeah, Mock with a nice end of the corner. This is floating mid off Steve. Wada touches this wide. It's going to float back mid. Tech 7 not there. Forced to return. Tech 7 with a nice touch to the corner. Wada not able to turn this back mid. And Mock follows it up. Steve, can you get the read? Yes, he can. He floats this back towards Akamok. Mock tries to receive it. Tyler G up high. Can he do something with it? Not quite. Wada sends it away. Tech 7 forced to follow. Bad pinch by Bukes. Forces it back into their half. Steve on a nice turn, but Wada, no boost, but a lot of funk that didn't matter because Mock forced to follow it up right after Steve's clearance. It's a good touch from him. Tech 7 with a nice touch mid. Is anyone there? It's a nice demo, but Mock not able to put it on, and Tyler HG is going to work on getting this out. Mock tries to turn, and Tech 7 gets an awkward read, and Wada forced to retreat to his back half. Not able to get a good touch. Little Bukes on the angle. That's a 2-goal lead for Bodacious.
Lil Bukes getting it past the 3. Watermelon, unfortunately, an awkward landing on the wall. And Lil Bukes making profit off of the other 2 of Silly Geese just being out of position. Unfortunate to see. Only 40 seconds left. Bodacious up. But Tech 7 gonna see if he can't get a pass to Watermelon. Watermelon gonna pass it over to the wall. Maybe a little something. Pass mid. Akamon there. A shot on net. But unfortunately, this Bodacious defense is looking solid.
Yeah, Tech 7 tries to collect it, but Steve with a nice touch away. Gets one mid to Bukes. Not able to go. Wada forced to follow. Tyler G cut off. With 10 seconds left, it's all but over. 2-goal lead. It's not over quite yet, though. The ball floats mid. Wada can't get it to go. Tech 7 forced to send it wide, and with 1 second left, Bodacious will take game number 3.
Tyler A there at the end with a little bit of just a bragging flip reset, but Bodacious feeling confident in themselves, and Silly Geese taking a timeout.
Yeah, timeout has been took. 1 second.
Taking a look at the stats for this game, Lil Bukes being the leader for the Bodacious side, 342 points, 2 goals and 1 assist, 100% goal participation from Lil Bukes this game.
Yeah, that's a good. I was gonna say that's a great performance from him. On low touches, just great touches when he has them. 2 shots for 2 goals, 1 assist. But I'm gonna take us back to the bracket really quick here and take a look at what's gonna happen. We're at a 3-0 lead here right now, and Kamek, they can see us, and they can also see this bracket here is they go on to play Le Cap. Well, I was concerned purely because of Bodacious. I didn't know how well Lil Bukes performed going into this part of the season. I wasn't sure if he would Okay, good. They didn't join. I thought I just heard someone driving. We're good. I was concerned at how Lil Bukes would play, but he has been performing extremely well. And what he has to do is he has to be able to match up to Sensory, Yellow Dog to Tyler HG, Steve to believe it's JD Bauer Power. So like in this upcoming game, it's gonna be a rough matchup, and I was really scared that Sensory would have the like supreme advantage on that. Doesn't look like it'll quite go that way. But yeah, going back towards the season, these teams, they played all the way back, like Le Cap and Bodacious back in week 6, and one of Bodacious' 2 wins was up against this Le Cap team. So we'll see if all right. Looks like they're getting ready to get out of this timeout. But yeah, we'll see if Bodacious can finish this off strong and work their way in to this to the next part of this playoff bracket against a team they've already beaten with a chance to move forward. But yeah, we'll find out soon as we head back to the match. And Tech 7. Lil Bukes performed well here. But my question to you is, who do we need to see on this Silly Geese's side to really get a semblance of maybe a comeback? Or is this just all let over? Oh.
And right as you say that, I believe Akamak with an awkward touch on the wall there, getting screwed up into the net, and just being able to, Lil Bukes being able to make profit off that. To answer your question, I feel we haven't seen Watermelon pop off as much as we're hoping, and Steve making an absolute mockery of Silly Geese's defense.
Yeah, not exactly what you want to see. We are 10 seconds in, a 2-goal lead for Bodacious. Silly Geeses took the timeout. They're on their back foot here and the back line. Season on the line, last game. If they don't win this, they're out of DCRL for fall of 2024. And honestly, it's looking like it might just be over. A lot of Rocket League left to play, but you never really know.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Collected mid by X7. A great shot on net, but blocked out by Tyler 8G. Another shot by Tech7, but blocked out by Lil Bukes. Akmak gonna pop it mid. A great touch from Tyler 8. Collected by Tech7 at the mid. Tech7 over 1, over 2, and gets it in, making it a 1-goal lead with 4 minutes still left in this game.
Tech7 able to get one to go. Their playoff hopes not dead yet. Elimination match all on the line. Can they perform or will they crumble? Akama with a nice kickoff side. Tech7 goes there to follow. This floats back. Steve. Can he get one over? Yes, he can. But he can get past Akamak. Yes, he can again. Akamak on the whip. Watermelon left alone. Lil Bukes launched to the back wall. Akamak unable to get the touch. Just floats high. Wada gets a nice touch out. But Steve there. Floats it back towards his backboard. Tyler got on the follow. Not able to go. Tyler H.G. just not fast enough. Akamak gets the clear out. Lil Bukes plays it into the corner. Mock sends it high. This floats down towards the net. Wada unable to get it to go. But Tech7 follows. Nice touch by Lil Bukes to keep it high. Akamak destroyed for his efforts. Tyler H.G. all alone, but Tech7 launching himself back to get there in time. Lil Bukes tries to get this over Wada. He does, but Tech7 there to send it away from the back wall. This ball floating back towards this Silly Geese's corner. Tech7 with a launch. Wada tries to follow, but is cut off by Steve. Steve, the great touch back up in the air, floats towards mid. And Lil Bukes with the weirdest touch I think I've ever seen. Floats this into the back. Tyler H.G. gets this ball back towards Lil Bukes. Lil Bukes in the air. Can he get something to Steve? Not quite. Wada sends it wide, but Steve there. This ball pinches back into the Bodacious side. It's floating high back towards this net. Tyler H.G. on the read. He gets a decent one, but Akamak there. Mock sends it high. This ball floating in front of net. Tyler, he'll get the time for the clear, but Wada quick to follow. This ball out of his position, out of his hands, but he collects well. Gets a flip over Mock, but Tech7 in the corner to collect. Good touch by Tech7 over 1. Can he get past 2? Yes, he can. This ball floating towards the back line. Lil Bukes, last line of defense. He gets it wide. A nice demo by Steve on Akamak. Forces Wada to move forward. Wada sends it wide. It's a good touch to Tech7. Can Tech7 get anything to go? Not quite. Steve on the clear. And Mock forced to play it. This is just an unrelenting defense on a lackluster offense.
Steve gonna pop it up towards Silly Geese's goal. Tech7 with a great save. Watermelon with the unfortunate read. Lil Bukes gonna pop it up. Caught by Tech7 on the wall. And Steve with a shot on net, but unable to put it in the corner. Steve again with a redemption, but Akamak with a great save and great timing. Tech7 gets it over 1. Gonna see if he can't pop it up. Gets it over the second. Tyler 8G collects it as third in the corner. Gonna be popped up mid by Watermelon. And unfortunately, Silly Geese is making some desperation plays to see if they can't get back into this game. Akamak gonna pop it up mid. Watermelon's there, but it is popped over by Steve. Tech7 collect the corner. Gonna see if he can't do anything. Gets it over the 1. Little Bukes blocked him out. Watermelon making a back pass towards Akamak.
Oh, Tech!
Tech7 in the front. And a great shot by Tech7.
No one expected this. Mock with a nice launch to the backboard. Tech7 with probably the best redirect he's hit in about a month and a half. What a shot by Tech7. Probably his best of the season. And the supposed self-indulged best defender, DCRL, showing some offensive prowess to keep his team alive late in this playoff game. It's all on the line. Wada sends us on, but not quite on the crossbar. Tech 7 meets Tyler AG, but this floats wide. Wada forced on his back foot. Tech 7 alongside him. Wada cuts it across. He's got no boost, but neither does Tyler. Tyler floats this one mid. Mock launches it over Steve. Steve forced to play it into the corner. Can he get anything to go? He gets it over one. Can he beat out two? Yes, he can. Wada awkward on the touch. Steve tries to float this one mid for his team. Tech 7 awkward on the touch. Little Bukes off the crossbar. Tyler G on the follow. And it doesn't go. This ball will float wide, but Steve there again. Tech 7 forced to play more backboard defense as he floats it right to Lil Bukes. Lil Bukes on an awkward touch. Tech 7 able to get the ball on his own side. Fakes out one. Can he beat out two? Yes, he can. Tyler G, this ball floating mid, but Lil Bukes on. Gets touched away by Mock. Mock gets it over two. Can he beat out the third? Tyler G on the read gets a nice one. This ball floats out. Tech 7 there to follow. It's floating over towards Mock. This will probably fall. And overtime in game number 4. It's all on the line. Silly Geese is 1 goal away from either continuing this game or ending their season.
Akamok with a shot on net, blocked out by Tyler, collected by Little Bukes. Little Bukes seeing if he can't block out Tech 7. Tech 7 unfortunately not able to get the touch. Akamok there. Gonna see if he can't get it past. Steve collects. Steve off the wall. Tyler 8G back. Gonna see if he can't get it past. Pass one. Gonna popped out mid, but unfortunately Silly Geese just getting it over.
Yeah, Tech 7 gets the touch back into his own line. Mock forced to make the read. He gets one. Tyler H.G. off on his touch. Lil Buke slow to get up. This ball floating back into their half. Steve, the last man, he floats it high. Can he get another one? Not quite. This ball floating down. It's awkward. Wada sends it mid. It's Tech 7 there. Yes, he is. But Tyler H.G. with a nice clear demo on Mock. And this is awkward. Lil Buke's at the angle. Can't quite get it. Misflip. Wada tries to send this mid, can't quite. Tech 7 forced to make a read off the back wall. He gets it well. Steve floating into his backside. Lil Beaks on the touch. He gets a nice touch high, but Tech 7's there. It's a good read. This stays in this orange half. Akamok on the whiff. Wada sends it back over one, but Tyler H.G. there to follow. Can Mock get a touch? Not quite. Tyler goes for the flick. Tech 7 there. Gets a nice touch out wide. Lil Bukes gets another one. Tech 7 off the ceiling. Takes it low, leads it back to Mock. Mock, touch to the corner, he gets a demo on one. Steve able to send this wide to the corner, but Wada's there. Can he get it past Steve? Yes, he can. Wada floats this one down mid. Lil Bukes almost dunked, but Steve able to get this out. Mock on the whiff on the air. Tech 7 can't play it well, and Steve ends them away. That's a 4-0 sweep for Bodacious.
Bodacious, Steve just absolutely slamming this one into the back of the net and into the side, sending Silly Geese home for the series, or for the season. And Bodacious making a comeback from a loss from last week.
Yeah, that's a good win for them. They needed that one. We're gonna go back to the screen of just us here with the playoff bracket, because this is what really matters. Bodacious took a disappointing loss to Rising Stock a couple days ago. With a 4-1 loss, they're looking to perform here as they get the win over Silly Geeses in a 4-0 sweep. They performed well, but now they're playing the team that just did the exact same thing to them, LeCap. But LeCap, off a 4-0 sweep loss to CVS Receipt, will they enter their true revenge villain arc, or will they die alone in a bad arc, as Yellow Dog was saying? Alright.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, no doubt. We're going to work on getting these boys into a winner's interview. They're waiting on us, but I'm going to just make sure I'm on the right screen so I don't mess them up. We're going to head to an perfection. And it's us and them alone here on screen. As we pull them in, we're going to give them a good old congratulations. And we'll say, congratulations, boys. How are we feeling?
My arms, my cam. Great.
Tyler looks more depressed in that series than he has ever.
I can't hear people.
Hello?
I can hear you.
There we go. I think I can hear. Yeah,
Okay.
we're good.
Congratulations, guys. How's it feel to take the 4-0?
You know, this is our first winners interview of the season, so it feels decent.
Hey, fair enough. When we came into this game, I was really wondering how is Lil Buse gonna perform, and you shut me up really quick. You had a standout series, Lil Buse. Have you been working on the game, or was it just luck of the draw against this Silly Geeses side?
You know, I've been grinding a little bit, but don't toot my horn too much.
All right. We're coming up against this next week, Tyler. We're coming up against Yellow Dog, your rival. I am gonna ask you, what's your prediction on that game? Who do you got?
I think we're gonna take it. You know, we beat in the regular season, so what's any different now?
There you go. So Tyler G's got them on the win. Kemek, I'll throw it over to you.
I do have a question for Steve. Steve, I know it's been a couple weeks or 8 weeks since the draft, but how do you feel your team has grown since this is the first interview? How has it been different since week 1 up to second week of playoffs?
To be honest, I don't know if a whole lot has changed. I mean, it was a rocky start for sure. You know, losing every series that we went to, but we brought on the game 5, which meant we were playing all right. We just couldn't finish it out, and there were some things we needed to work on with positioning, rotation, and yeah, it's getting better day by day. A little bit. I think we need to play it with each other a little bit more, but it's been rough, but we're working on it.
Yeah, coming out as the 7th seed. You guys are placed at the bottom, and you're one game in to a long stretch to make land. It's gonna be a rough road, but I'm gonna ask you, Steve. Do you have faith in the team?
Of course. What am I supposed to say? No.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Hey, there's some people who probably would, but I'm glad you at least had that faith in them. And I want to see you guys perform well. Le Cap coming up. You'll have to play a winner of 2 really good teams the next match. It's going to be a rough road, but you guys got this dominant performance to start it off, so we'll see if that can continue. Any other questions, Kemet?
I've got nothing.
All right. Well, with that being said, thank you guys so much for hopping in. Congratulations on the win, and we're going to end it off. Make sure you watch. We got a DIV matchup coming on a little bit later.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Congrats. All right. Well, we sent them away. I'm pretty sure they sounded a little more depressed than happy after a win, but I guess that's really what it comes for. I think they expected to win that match. They came in, they played their game, and they're just looking forward to the next week here, or they're just tired. One of the two. We'll see. But yeah. Oh, congratulations to them. But we got a game coming up here. Yeah, make a little bit later on. It's an important one.
We do, and be sure to tune in for that. Also, you'll see directly below us. It's gonna be Los Niños versus Acrobatic Aura. That should be an interesting one. To see. Be sure to tune in for that one here.
Yeah, Los Niños looking really good on the season, but Remzik coming off a CCL win, can he continue his winning stride and take it here? We'll find out. We'll be back. Thank you all for staying in for this first matchup. We're gonna end it away and take some time here. We'll pop back in a little bit closer in, probably around 9:30 when we'll start stream back up again. But thank you so much for hopping on in. That'll be a 10 o'clock game, and peace.